Hi, do you have any problems with language use during the speaking and the writing sections of the TOEFL IBT? Do you have any problems with point of view? That means you might be shifting from first person, second person, or third person points of view. You might be shifting from one to the next without a clear reason. Now, if you're not sure about this, you might be interested in this lesson right now. I'm going to talk about, it's called TOEFL Speaking and Writing Point of View. And for more content, just click just below this video, just below the right part of this video, click on subscribe, and you'll get more lessons exactly like this. I'm posting lessons right now almost every day. Okay, so let's take a look at what I'm talking about. Now, generally speaking, if you look at the independent speaking task, it is typically better to use the I or the we point of view. So here's an example. It says, I believe that studying, maybe I can make this a little bit bigger for you here. I believe that studying in groups is much better than studying alone because I can get answers to my questions about the class content. For instance, last year in my biology class, I was having trouble learning cell division. Before the test, I decided to attend a study group. During that session, I was able to ask other students in the class about two terms that I didn't quite understand: meiosis and mitosis, two forms of cell division. Others in the group answered my questions about these two terms, which better prepared me for the upcoming test. As a result of getting answers to my questions about cell division, I scored a 91% on that test. So did you notice during this model response, you have that I point of view? By using that point of view, it helps to focus my own experience, I think, on the speaking prompt. So it looks like I'm directly answering that question. So in the independent speaking and independent writing tasks, that first and maybe the third point of view is very effective. In this case, the first point of view is very effective. Now let's contrast that with integrated speaking for a minute. And remember, you can get the more complete lesson by clicking exactly on the link in this comment box, and that'll take you to the lesson that I wrote in January last year about speaking and writing. Actually, I wrote it not last year, but this year. I wrote it January 13th. Okay, so let's look at the integrated. Now, in this case, you have that third person point of view is going to work very well. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so it says here, during the integrated speaking task, your purpose is to summarize the main points of the reading and listening passages. So let's talk about integrated speaking, not integrated writing. It says, in addition, you're not trying to argue anything, so you need an objective formal tone. Hence, the third person point of view gives you the most appropriate tone. So notice in the below mock response, the absence of any personal pronouns such as we or I. So it says, the reading passage explains an economic principle called the survival of the fittest, and the speaker in the lecture gives an example to further illustrate the concept. First of all, according to the author, survival of the fittest explains that only the strongest of a species will survive and that subsequent variations of that species will evolve, hence making future generations more likely to adapt certain physical characteristics to ensure their survival. Second of all, the speaker in the lecture explains how the duck-billed platypus has evolved. For instance, biologists believe that this small mammal at one point did not have webbed feet. However, in order for the platypus to avoid being eaten by larger prey, asserts the speaker, it is adapted by learning how to swim. As a species spent more and more time in the water, the platypus developed webbed feet so that it could move through the water more efficiently, concludes the speaker. All right, so in the conclusion in this video, what can you learn here? You can learn that the independent speaking task, the first person point of view, works very well. And you've also learned that during the integrated speaking task, the third person point of view works very well. For more information, you can click on the link in the discussion box if you want a more complete discussion of this lesson. And don't forget, click on the subscribe button below the video so you'll get notified when I am publishing more video content relating to the TOEFL exam. And thank you for watching this video.